Hello, loves. Okay, so today I want to talk about the things that I love about being in China. I know the past few videos have been sort of the sides that people don't see, but I think it's also important to just talk about the reasons why I love being here and why, if you're interested in visiting China or living in China, that the things that you can look forward to. So, I kind of want to lead you through, I guess, like a story time of what a day in my life looks like or has been looking like lately, and sort of go through the things within my day that are special because being in China allows me to do them. So, first thing, of course, when you wake up. Um, so, I, it's hard for me to cook. I usually like to have oatmeal in the morning, but since I have been just working so hard on getting these videos out daily, I've been staying up till like 3 a.m. So when I wake up, I'm like super hungry, but like have no energy to cook. So usually I've been ordering in breakfast. So this morning I had this like soy milk and oatmeal porridge sort of thing. And then I had roast pork, eggs, and veggie rolls. And so that together, including the delivery fee, was $5.10 US dollars. So a bit on the expensive side, definitely more than I like to spend in like one meal. But I kind of balance it out because I kind of only eat 2 times a day. So it's as long as I can still like work towards not spending more than $10 a day, I'm happy. So yeah, I mean, compared to being in the US, I feel like ordering food at any point in time for delivery is like probably going to be at least $25. And also, I feel like you can't have like, there's not like a lot of like well balanced breakfast options a lot of the time, or at least that are like appealing to me. I feel like if I am going to order in breakfast, then I'm going to be like getting pancakes or something that is really decadent. And so I feel like in being in China, there's a lot more options that are like, at least to me, appealing and also well balanced in terms of a meal. I kind of spent the day, recovering on sleep, playing Persona 5, kind of working hard, looking over YouTube stuff and seeing what I can do to make my videos better. And so, yeah, I have been inside. I literally have not stepped outside of my like building since last year. So I was like, I need to go on a walk today. I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna move my legs, and yeah. So that was my goal today, which kind of leads me to my second thing that I love about China, which is just like how walkable the cities are and just like how much beautiful nature is interspersed in within the cities. Um, yeah, I mean, I love the fact that I can just literally walk outside my building, basically pick any direction when I walk outside and just end up someplace really cool or beautiful. And I'm currently in Hangzhou, so it's also a city that's specifically known for how beautiful it is. I'm gonna put a quote on the screen that people usually refer to about Hangzhou to describe like how beautiful it is, but usually it's just like, Hangzhou has a lot of waterways and a lot of willow trees and spots where you can sit and enjoy the water, and also hiking spots. It's just a really, really beautiful place. So I'm really grateful to live here. But also, I think even in the other cities that I visited and lived in, such as Guangzhou, Ningbo, Chengdu, Kunming, I feel like there is always just like random spots of nature to enjoy, and it's like I could walk there from where I was, because depending on where you are in the US, sometimes 15 to 40 minutes of driving to get to a place where you can just like sit and enjoy nature. And so it's kind of like there's already that barrier there of like I gotta get in my car and then I gotta, drive and then, make sure there's no traffic and find parking and do I have to pay for parking, and don't have to worry about my car getting stolen. There's just so many things that you kind of like barriers in getting outside where I feel like in China, complex buildings, especially where people live, um, they tend to make sure that there is pieces of nature that people can enjoy, close by at least. And I guess also part of this is that number three, bikes are so accessible here. I love biking. When I was living in New York, I would be a frequent city bike user, but yeah, they were expensive. I was on Snap, so at the time I think it was $5 a month, but I still had to pay if I wanted to use like e-bikes. It still, I feel like, ended up costing me maybe like $20 a month, but it's like so much more expensive for a day. I'm gonna put the prices up here, but yeah, it is kind of unbelievable the prices that they charge versus here in China, you can get a bike to rent for like 2 yuan, which I don't even know if that's like what 20 to 30 cents. And you can also buy a bike pass. So I think for a month it's like 14 yuan. So that's like $2. And they're literally everywhere. Like, I got a picture today to show just like how they are. And there's just like lines of them, at least usually like 5 to 20 bikes just lined up on the sidewalk and at like every corner. Like you're never gonna walk too far to find a bike. If there will always be a bike. And I just love there's also like bike lanes, which is a key reason that I chose China over some other like Asian countries is because, bikes are protected a lot of the time. I mean, people still drive in the bike lanes sometimes and like park in the bike lanes. Like it's not perfect, but I do feel a lot more protected as a biker, which helps me to be able to like save on, Ubers or DDs, and also just helps me get that extra bit of exercise in per day. And I just like feel like it's a really fun way to get around. So I really love it. And so yeah, I walked around and I was like, okay, I'm ready to head back home. I need to get some dinner. And so I ended up at this like bone broth vermicelli soup based restaurant downstairs, and it always smells so amazing in there. And that leads me to like my fourth thing that I love about China, which is I just feel like there's always some random shit going on. Like there's always some random stuff happening. And like for example, downstairs there was like a cat just strolling around, just sitting, enjoying life in the restaurant, which I know some people like probably find that gross. But I think again, coming from New York where like bodega cats are just, a beloved part of the community, it's such a nice experience being able to go downstairs to the corner store and just see a cat like snuggled up on a box of like soda cans. So it was just really sweet, a nice sweet surprise. I've been missing my cat, so it's been nice to see a cat. And she really snuggled up with me, and it's so nice. And I mean, yeah, the last time I went outside, I think I saw there was like a guy who was like posted up under this like bridge next to like the canal, and he was just literally had a mini barbershop outside, just chilling on the sidewalk. So there's just like stuff like that like random things that happen, and it's just like wow, people are just living life, and that really reminded me of home in New York, and also just make you feel like just very alive, just like you know what, people are making use of the common space, and that's how it should be. That is exactly how it should be. And yeah, number five, I, got my food. I came upstairs and I was just like, I came inside and I was like, I'm so tired of, there's like, I have a cart. And I was like, I'm tired of this being inside the house. So I just like put it outside my door, which I would never do in the US because I'm just like, it's gonna get stolen. But and it took me a while to do it here too, because I was just like, I have trust issues. But here in China, like, your stuff is just safe. Like, everyone, I feel like, just has that kind of like level of trust, which again is most likely also because there's like surveillance all around, in outside and in public areas. So we would know what would happen if someone took it. Like, I know that I could go to the, security guard and be like, can you look at the camera? Someone stole my cart. But I think it's still just like, you know, I do want to do a video kind of like breaking that down. But I guess I just want to speak to the feeling of being able to feel good about not having to like worry so much. Like, even today when I was walking with like earmuffs on, and that is something else that I probably wouldn't do, if I did not, if I was living in the US, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get like, I don't know what's gonna happen. People could do anything to me, and I just like don't have that worries. Like, even now, I could walk outside with those same headphones in, like earphones on, not being about anyone knowing, needing to like send my location to someone to be like, hey, watch out if I don't come back, please call the cops. Like, I don't have to do that. Like, I know I feel safe walking outside, exploring, like enjoying my neighborhood, enjoying life. And that's something that it's like really hard to explain when I tell my friends and family like what I do in China and why I feel safe doing things by myself. But I think it's just a feeling that is so nice, like, and that I will probably need to instill the fear back into me so that way I can prepare to like travel to other places because like at this point I'd be leaving, people like leave their suitcases just in random places, they be leaving their scooters with the keys on, outside of buildings. It's just that level of trust here that I really have not experienced elsewhere, and I did not know where I will experience ever again. And another bonus for the food, because I actually got a video for research purposes, of course, to show y'all the food that I got from downstairs. And yeah, just the yummy, yummy food that I got for $3. $3. Yeah, I wanted to share what you could get for, again, literally just like a fraction of the cost in the West and like so much healthier. Like, I know, and I could see the pile of bones back there. Like, they made that bone broth in-house, and it's fresh, and so yummy, so yummy. So yeah, enjoy this little video of me opening bone broth and enjoying the yummy, yummy goodness. We got soup and we got bread. That's the meal. But yeah, I don't know. This was just a little sort of mini day in the life. I want to do more videos where I am doing, I guess, like day in the life where I'm like recording my day, but also that's kind of hard to do when I'm also like preparing to do daily content. So I feel like that's something that's probably gonna maybe be pushed when after my challenge, like maybe in like March or so. I also want to eventually, once I like later in February and like early March, I will be doing more vlogs where I'll be like searching for a new apartment and day in the life of like being a teacher and stuff. So if you're interested in that content, definitely, subscribe for that. It will be coming relatively soon. But until then, I just want to kind of push out like videos just about the things that I've always wanted to talk about in terms of life in China, and I think the like common questions or things that people have, that way, people can look at this and see the catalog of like if you have questions, they're probably going to be answered here. You know, there you go. And so when I do my vlogs, I'm able to like kind of slow down and do maybe a week or so, maybe like one every week or every 2 weeks, where I'm doing more of like the daily life vlogs and kind of like price comparisons, and also working on guides that people can get to prepare for their life in China as well. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. I'm Ebony, and I talk about all things being Black, queer, and disabled in China, and I will see you tomorrow.